Welcome to the Affirm Life Daily Podcast. I'm your host, Cynthia Mitchell. Please excuse my voice. I don't like to say under the weather, but just in recovery mode. But we're going to have a wonderful podcast. Anyway, I have an amazing guest. And as always, visit the website, affirmlifedaily.com, for more information about natural law, to see previous podcasts, to check out affirmations, all the good things. But tonight we are all about the sound healing. We finna get into this sound, and I need some healing, all type of healing. So I'm with you 100%. So my special guest tonight is Nicole Evans of Sacred Resonance. Welcome, Nicole, Goddess Nicole. Thank you so much for being with me tonight. Yes,
You for
um,
having me.
yes. Please just introduce yourself. Tell everyone where they can find you, and what you do. A little bit of background just on how you help humanity through sound.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first let me preface, I'm nervous. This is like my first time doing anything like this. Um, but yes, my name is Nicole, and I am from a small town in South Carolina. I lived in Florida for a little while. Now I reside in Georgia. But I am a single mom of 5 children. So that's literally my thing. I always say, 5 children out here trying to survive. And I was introduced to sound healing kind of on my spiritual journey. So I started my spiritual journey about 10 years ago. And, as we're on our spiritual journey, we come across different things. But, different things come across our path.
The student
Um,
is ready. The student, the lesson will appear. The
Yes,
teacher will appear. All the
absolutely.
things. Yeah.
So, I found out through sound, through doing my meditations and stuff like that. And I found out about the power of sound healing, and how with me, I don't like to approach it as in a clinical or a technical way. I kind of approach sound from a lived experience, because I actually used it for my own benefit, for my body, my nervous system, and my family. And knowing the power of it myself, I wanted to bring it to my community. So,
And we are part of Collectively Sustainable. It's a wonderful community that we both highly recommend. Check it out, collectivelysustainable.org. We are building the new, and this is part of it, healing. Healing is a big part of what we're building. So we're going to get into this without further ado. So, question one, explain what is sound healing, because I feel like it's a term that's thrown around a lot, but people really don't kind of understand, like, what does that mean exactly? What is sound healing?
yeah. So sound healing is using sound intentionally, for bringing the body and mind first, helping the body and the mind to slow down and regulate itself, and also bring itself back to balance. And it incorporates different kinds, a wide range of different instruments to achieve that. And
Okay. What are some of the instruments? Because I only really kind of knew, like, what I have on this picture is what I've just experienced with sound healing is like
yes.
bowls. But what are some other instruments?
Okay, so there's of course what you have on the picture, those are Tibetan bowls. They're made out of metal. You also have crystal bowls, and I have some of those. There are drums, chimes, gongs, flutes, bells.
I love me some flutes. I
Yes.
always feel a certain way when I hear a flute. I'd be like, ooh.
And have you ever heard of a didgeridoo?
I have. I can't say I can like picture it in my mind, but I've heard the word for sure. Yes.
Yes. That's actually one of the most ancient forms of sound healing.
Okay. School us, school us. Okay, so with sound healing, and I definitely want to get into the origins as well.
Mhm.
So I know you're saying like it affects the nervous system and things like that. So is it more so like a thing for physical health, mental health? What? does it, like, how does it affect the whole being?
Absolutely. It affects all of those things. It affects our our mind, our body, mostly our body in specific. That's why I really am passionate about people coming to feel what it feels like. It's because the vibrations that the instruments create are felt in our body, and being that our body is mostly water, it those vibrations travel throughout our body effortlessly without us doing anything. So I like to say, sound healing, you don't need to believe in anything. It's just kind of your body just knows what to do with with the frequencies.
Yes. And that's powerful what you said, because I've studied a lot about water and seen how it responds to sound, even the sound of our voice and the things that we say, just energy in general. So I can imagine, with us being mostly water, like, you're hearing these sacred sounds and it's just doing all the things it needs to do. So that's powerful. That's a
Yeah,
powerful practice. And I
yeah,
think people underestimate it.
yeah. I do, and I feel like um, they want to. It's not technical at all. It's very much so. It's not magic. It's mostly physics, because it's just the way that our bodies are developed, and with our nervous system, our chakra system, all the way down to, like I was saying, the mind, the brain waves. It gets you in a certain state of mind as well. Like it does a multitude of things. Oh yeah, I forgot to say tuning forks as well are used in
I've
sound.
experienced those too.
Yeah,
Yes. They're
tuning
powerful.
forks are really good for getting like a direct, like if you have pain somewhere on your ankle, or they're testing it out in science now with using it to target cancer cells, so
Are they?
it's literally a real thing.
Know that. But yeah, I definitely, I believe it's real, and I know it's real because I did experience some sound healing. It was ironically on a first date that absolutely did not work out with that person, but the sound healing was bomb. I was like, this was great. We did it at a park and I was like, oh wow, I felt it. I felt the experience. I was like, wow, I was just, yeah, I felt a sense of just peace and ease and calming of my nervous system. And I was like, wow. So it's powerful as all get out. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you
And if you
100%.
think about music, if you just think about music in general, music either it helps calm it either calms us, right? It can make us cry. It can make you energetic, it can make you want to dance, so it does a lot of things. So sound healing itself is using these instruments or using sound intentionally um to like target the body and our nervous system.
Yes. Yes, that's a good comparison, because we all, I feel like people that like music, we use it for therapy. I use it for therapy. Like, I have so many playlists, like, this my for this kind of mood. Like, let's go. So yeah, it's therapy because your body responds to the sounds, to the frequency, to the energy and everything. So yeah, it's deep. It's deep. So let's get deeper. Let's
Right.
get deeper. So, next question is, so what are the origins of sound healing? Like, how do we come to this sacred knowledge?
Yes, so sound healing is very ancient. It goes all the way back to ancient times. You want to like pinpoint a place, think about Egypt. They used sound in a lot of different indigenous tribes in Africa. Like you think about the drumming and the chanting. Um, Native Americans use it. Like there's a big thing in sound healing community about the Native American flutes and the buffalo drums. Like all of those come from the Native Americans, and also like Tibet. The Tibetan bowls, with the ones that you had, those metal bowls that you showed before. Those are very ancient as well. So they used it in the past before modern medicine was a thing. They used sound.
Yeah, yeah. And that's powerful. So, like, what are some of the, if you know, like, what are some of the common things that they would try to treat with sound with people? Was it more like physical illness or mental illness or just dealing with emotional issues or all of the above?
Yeah, like I think back then, it seemed from what I've learned, they used it mostly for spiritual reasons.
Okay.
They were like ceremonies. So invoking certain things, using them to I think I'd seen an article talking about how sound in Giza, is it Giza in Egypt? How they use that to just kind of communicate with each other.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Well,
So if
that makes sense too.
it was like, I'm pretty sure it was used for other things, but I'm definitely not sure. I would have to definitely do more research on that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah.
Yeah. Because what like a lot of things you're bringing up are just this really resonate with me because I'm a very musical person. I love music. I find it one of the most therapeutic things that I can do for myself. So I would like for you to share some and just kind of tell us what you're like whatever you share as far as the sound healing, like what it's supposed to be working on with us or bringing us energetically. But I'd love you to share a little bit of it and kind of give the audience an experience of what sound healing is like, in real life, like a real life experience.
Okay, so like if I was to give a session, what would
Yeah,
they would
yeah,
they
just like a
expect?
little sampler teaser for us to just kind of give people a real life idea.
Yeah, so how I like to facilitate my sound sessions is I um like to know what's going on with said person. So I really want to like maybe have a conversation with you prior to know what you're dealing with, what are you looking for to get out of this? Like what are your stressors? Because either you anxious or overstimulated or you work a lot, or you actually have an ailment. I want to know those things because I like to mix in a guided meditation with my sound healing.
Okay.
And I've noticed that I've actually had very great feedback with you know trying to help one thing and it ended up helping another thing. So
Thing.
yeah, I like to be very intentional with my sessions.
And that's wonderful. Intention is everything. And I think we often overlook the power of intention because we just do a lot of things out of habit. And it's like, this is just what I do. Just doing this, I'm just doing that without thinking. But
Yeah.
when we like consciously say, I'm intending to gain this from that, it
Hmm.
makes a big difference. It makes a huge difference. So I'm glad that you do it that way. And I love guided meditations personally. I try to do them like every single day because they're
Yes,
so they're so helpful in
they
just
are.
balancing your energy and getting your mind clear and all the good things. So yeah,
Yeah.
so can you give us a little sample of some sound healing?
Sure. Yes. Okay. So if you're in the audience, I want all you have to do is just relax. If you would like, close your eyes and just kind of take a couple of deep breaths with me. We're gonna kind of center ourselves so we can receive the sound. We're gonna start with a deep breath. We're gonna do three. So in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose again, out through your mouth. Last time.
you. I was like in it, like woo. That was awesome. That was
Yeah,
amazing.
so
Thank you.
if you,
Y'all, please give me like
everybody, I want you to make sure you take a little bit of time. And now, after I did that, to make feel what do you feel in your body? Do you feel calm now? In your body.
I feel like lighter or even like almost not that my legs went to sleep or my body went to sleep, but it's just in such a relaxed state that it feels like a little bit tingly. And like
Okay.
when you were doing it and you hear like the reverberation part, it just
Hmm.
was like I feel like it was like stimulating my brain like all the way through, like start from the front to the back. It was just like stimulating my brain. And
Yeah.
it was, yeah, it's beautiful. I'm a believer for sure. It's very, very beautiful. And thank you so much for that. And like I said, audience,
Absolutely.
please give a like, give comments, um, because we have to share these things amongst each other, these healing
Hmm.
technologies, these ancient sacred healing technologies, because we're quick to run to the doctor and get a prescription for something. But
Hmm.
somebody say, "Oh, go get some sound healing," they're looking at you funny, and you
No,
shouldn't. They know
no.
what they were doing.
It's going to be the
These are,
future for sure.
yes,
It's going to be
these
the
are,
future.
yes, these are real technologies. It's not like just some woo woo stuff. This is real technology.
Hmm.
Sound
Hmm.
healing is technology. Prayer is technology. These are technologies that we can use to heal, that we can use to manifest, that we can use to literally change our reality. So, woo, thank you so much. I absolutely loved that. I loved that a lot. So, um, the next question I have for you is kind of like, how does it work? Because like I'm feeling all these sensations, but like, how, can you explain more like how it actually works to actually heal and change?
Yes. So sound, it works through vibrations. So those tingly feelings that you said that you felt, that's actually the sound, penetrating those that water I was telling you about, those cells. And one thing that I've learned is, we have a very crucial nerve that runs through our body called the vagus nerve. And sound does wonders for our vagus nerve. Our vagus nerve, it's a very, its property is very sorry y'all, we're messing up my words, but it has an important job. Let me just put it that way. It helps with our involuntary functions like our breathing, our heart rate, and our digestion. So if you think about it, when we're stressed, right, what happens? Your heart races, or you start breathing fast. And a lot of people don't really breathe fully anyway. So it's like it's even worse when you're in a stressful situation, a fight or flight situation. Some people even have digestive issues when they're stressed out. So these healing vibrations, they soothe the vagus nerve, so it can help to bring your body out of that fight or flight mode.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And I'm telling you, the last few days I was dealing with all the above. Couldn't eat, just heart palpitations, just not. I was dealing just with a lot of grief that was surfacing, and it just it throws your body off. It throws you off mentally, emotionally, and physically. Like
Yeah,
your
because
breathing's not right, your stomach's not right. You can't hold food. You're just your body's trying to get out of like you said, that fight or flight mode, and that just real stress mode.
and
And
when you stress, you release that cortisol hormone, and we all know that that's a killer. So if we're able
literally,
to incorporate sound into, I would say, like a maintenance thing. I feel like, people go to the doctor for their checkups. I feel like sound should be used for maintenance as well, um, on
agree.
a continuous basis. So your nervous system and your body can feel what it feels like to be at balance. Because, when you're at fight or flight, I have to use myself an example because being a single mom and a caregiver, um, my body was in constant survival mode. And I, you could be a type of person that can handle stress. A lot of people handle very high stress, but it doesn't negate the fact that it's doing a number on your body. So you have an outlet, something like sound, that can instantly, you don't have to do anything. It does it for you, instantly putting your body back into balance, back into harmony. So your cells and everything, all that disruption that the cortisol and stress and all that stuff cause, it puts it right back into balance.
Yeah. And that's something good to remember because I'm the kind of person, a lot of times, if I go into like a really stressed out mode, I'll
Mhm,
stop doing all the things that normally I do every day to keep me balanced because it's just like
mhm,
I just shut down and I'm like, okay, I don't even know what to do.
mhm,
So, yeah, I like that idea of maintenance and just
mhm.
making sure we remember what to do in these kind of situations. So with sound healing, would you say, does it need to be, especially if you're like in a heightened state where you like need maybe some extra help, is it better to get it in person or can you just listen to it through like, a playlist or something? What's the best way to really receive the most benefit?
Me personally, I feel like in person. And the reason why I say that is because the binaural beats that you can listen to through headphones, those help because they help get you in because our brainwave state is very important as well. That's why, they always say sleep is important because we do a lot of healing in our sleep. So, those types of sounds can help put you in that brainwave state to put you in that healing state naturally in your body. But having a sound session or a sound bath in person, it it puts it on a totally different level because you're hearing and you're feeling it at the same time. Like, Cynthia, when I
Yeah,
was when I allowed you to feel what it feels like, and then we were even at a
it
loud
was
festival,
amazing.
and you
Yeah,
were
and it was like I felt like everybody disappeared.
yes,
Honestly, I was like, everybody's gone. It's just me and her right here.
yes, and that's why I feel like it's way more important to do it in person. You have to at least feel the difference for yourself. That's what
Yeah,
I everybody gotta feel it.
yeah. It and it's a feeling. It's a feeling like no other. Now, is
Mhm.
this something that you do regularly for people in person?
Yes, I offer sound sessions. I do personal sessions as well as group. Um,
Oh, okay. So what
yeah.
would a typical like group session look like? I never really did it like in a group before.
Yeah. So if it was a group session, like maybe if you have a family, I like to think of groups like little small groups. So a one group could be a family. So you have a husband, a wife, and children, either what that would look like is they will all be, laying down around me. And I would just be playing the instruments for each person. And I like to get up and walk around, especially with my drum, because I feel like the vibrations from the drum, if you it's close the closer it is to the body, the more you can feel the vibrations. So yeah, I'll just come around to each one, and usually when I'm doing my singing with my bowls, I'm sitting and everybody else is just around me, relaxing and taking in the vibrations.
That sounds amazing. Even for
Like you
like
don't
a
have to go
girls' night, like a totally like
yeah,
holistic, healthy girls' night, like let's go get a whole sound bath right now. Like,
that's perfect.
it's just especially how you were saying like with the what was it, the vagus nerve?
Yes, the Vegas
Yeah,
nerve.
the vagus nerve and just helping your brainwave activity, like
Yes.
be more regulated and be more in tune. Because everything to me is about attunement. Like the more in tune we are with like the energy around us, the energy of the universe, the energy of our soul, the energy of our spirit, just the better things are for not just
Mhm.
ourselves, but for everyone around us. And the more we're able to um be a part of this collective in a harmonious way that is helpful to the collective instead of the opposite. So
Yeah.
I'm a big believer. I think it's absolutely necessary. Do
Hmm.
you want to give us one more sample with a different instrument so we can kind of get a feel for some of the different things that you do?
Um,
And it's totally up to you.
excuse me. Y'all hear my children in the background?
That's okay.
Told them that I was excuse me about that if y'all
They're
heard.
just grown now, but they used to be young. So no worries.
I don't
No
know what's
worries.
going on right now. But yes, so yeah, I have a couple of instruments around me. So here it's a smaller bowl. One thing about the bowls is they usually come in a set. And if anybody is familiar with the chakra system, you know about the chakra system, Cynthia?
Yes.
Um, they each there's different bowls that is attuned to each chakra and its frequencies. Like all of the main healing frequency is the 432 hertz. Um, but they have different notes. So the bowl carries different notes, and each note is directly helps a certain chakra. So usually there's a set of 7 bowls. So this is a Tibetan bowl. It has a higher frequency, and most of the higher, smaller bowls are for the higher chakras, like third eye, crown chakra. So this is kind of what that sounds like.
I like that.
And then I have my ocean drum. A lot of people love this. It's kind of popular. But it
Cool. You
literally
said it's a drum?
it's a drum. Yeah. But it has little beads and literally it sounds like the waves crashing. So I give y'all a
That's
little
my that's my jam is some waves crashing.
yeah.
That's my
um
jam.
at least we know nature is the first sound healer. That's for sure.
Yes. Yes,
Right,
absolutely.
so
I can't believe how much that sounds like waves crashing. What is that called again?
it's called an ocean drum.
Ocean drum. That's
Yeah,
amazing. That I have never heard of that, and that's amazing. That was a
yes.
beautiful sound. I love that sound.
Let
I
me,
love
Cynthia, can I pause and well not pause, but can I go get my charger?
Yeah,
My phone
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah, yeah.
about.
Go right ahead. Go right
Sorry,
ahead.
hold on
I'm
one
gonna
second.
check the
Let me go
chat.
get
I'm
my
gonna check the
charger.
chat. You go right ahead.
Okay.
See what we got going on in the chat. Someone says, I have benefited from, oh, I think that's Ashley. I have benefited from Nicole's sound healing. I bet, I bet music is so powerful. Absolutely. In person is unmatched. Yeah, I would agree because when she did that for me at our collectively sustainable festival, I was like, it was even better than the other time when I had the sound bath. I was like, I was just in a zone. Children laughing is healing too. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Nature is the first sound healer. Say that part. Very soothing. Say that part. Yes. So they're loving this, ma'am. So just so you
Yeah.
know. Yeah, they're loving this. And I'm loving this too. This is just absolutely phenomenal. I just healing is the thing because that's what we're trying to do right now to build what we're trying to build. We have to be in a more healed state than most of us are now. I know I still have a lot of problems a lot of times regulating my own nervous system. It'll just get because like you said, I've been a caregiver most of my life and just dealt with a lot of trauma and that can just really wreak havoc on your nervous system where like
Yes,
you don't know how to regulate it. It just gets out of whack very easily. Is
yes,
there
it
any
does.
tips you can give for something like that, or something we can even do maybe at home sound wise to help just keep our nervous system more regulated?
Absolutely. So one great thing that you can do is humming. Humming is something very simple, but it's very effective. It Humming goes directly to your vagus nerve. So if you're ever in a point where you can feel, your body stressed, you like, oh, I'm all out of whack, like my brain is foggy. I need to come back to myself. I need to get back in my body. You can just sit there and hum. Sit there, breathe deeply. I always like to say, give yourself 3 good deep breaths. So, like, even inhale for a count of 4, and exhale. Make your exhale longer than 4. So, like maybe 6, 7, or 8.
Okay. Okay.
Um, do that a couple of times, and then hum. Like literally sit there and hum for like 30 seconds,
I
and
never
then see
thought to
how
do
you
that.
feel.
I'm gonna try it though. Awesome, because yeah, I think these little tips can take us so far, because
Yeah.
we're not always gonna be able to just reach out to you, especially like it's the middle of the night, like you just got to do something to help regulate. So I'm definitely gonna try that for sure. Any other tips that you want to give for helping with just nervous system regulation, or being able to access some of the power of sound healing even if I can't access you at the moment?
Yeah, I always encourage people to purchase their own instruments. You could purchase a bowl. You don't have to get a whole set of bowls. You could just purchase one. Even with these small Tibetan bowls, they're not that expensive. And you can use those on yourself. Me as a sound healer, I'm constantly doing sessions for myself. Um, but if that's not available, you don't want to go purchase anything, I say go outside. Go outside, go find you a waterfall, go find you a stream. Even if you don't have a water near you, go outside and listen to the birds, listen to the wind going flowing through the trees, and making sure you intentionally grounding yourself, taking off your shoes, putting your feet to the earth. um, and I always got to go back to breathing. Breathing is very essential in giving that oxygen to yourself, letting your nervous system know that you're safe in that moment, by giving yourself that oxygen.
So is
And
there a technique for breathing that we should be doing, like when we
yeah,
breathe just normally?
yes, well, there's different ways. Oh no.
I think we might have lost her just for a second, but she might have lost connection for a second. But I like what she was saying as far as the water. I go to a park near me all the time because it has a little waterfall, and just the sound. Just I go for the sound and I take off my shoes. I put my feet in the water, let my feet touch the ground, and just listen to the sound. And it is completely transformative. So yeah, she's speaking facts, she's speaking truth, and these things do really work in real life. So we're gonna see if we can get her back. I'm gonna check the chat again really quick while we're waiting. I wait. The own chant. Yes. Oh wait, what does a tuning fork do? I can look that up because like I had someone use a tuning fork on me before, and I did feel a difference. Like she'll have to rejoin. She's gonna rejoin right now. And it does make a difference. Like they can put it like he put it by like here, and it you feel the difference right away when someone uses a tuning fork on you. So I do need to get some of these things, and I definitely want that ocean drum because I'm like that was the truth. Let's see. The Om chant is good to help you regulate. Absolutely, I used to do that every day, so I need to probably get back to that because um, when you do it and you make sure that your like your this part of your body, your abdomen area is vibrating when you do it, it makes a huge difference. It will regulate you so well and just offer you just a very high level of peace. And yes, the birds, I love some birds in the morning. It be sounding like a whole soundtrack, a life soundtrack, a whole life soundtrack. So these are all great comments. Thank y'all so much for all this wonderful, wonderful feedback. So we're just gonna wait to see if Nicole can get back on here with us. Um, but I'm not sure if yeah, I think she lost her connection, but we're gonna give it a minute. Is there any other comments or questions? I am gonna look up the tuning fork because somebody did ask a question about the tuning fork, which I can't I don't wanna make up nothing. So we're gonna see what it says. But it does tune you, I can tell you that. So it produces a pure specific musical pitch when struck, acting as a reference for tuning instruments, but it's also used in medicine for hearing tests and for holistic practices like sound therapy, like what she does. I guess, mainstream would call it sound therapy. We call it sound healing, but that's the same thing where you're using sound to heal your mind, body, spirit in a holistic way. So that's what the tuning forks do. And so I need to get some of these things so that I have just ready access when I can't go to a Nicole and get this done. But yeah, well, we're going to give her another minute or so to try to get back with us. And hopefully we can continue this because I feel like this has been extremely helpful and educational. Really, it has for me at least. So, wait, say somebody said, oh, people say humming confuse the devil. I like that. I like that. I like that. Yeah, because we need to confuse that doggone devil, don't we? With something, shoot, all the mess that's going on around us. Do you think sound healing is going to be a mainstream? Absolutely, absolutely. Household. Where the stuff she had, I feel like probably not that far off. It'll just be in everyone's house. Just like how we right now go to a medicine cabinet. Oh, I got Tylenol, I got ibuprofen, I got this and that. It'll be that. It'll be that instead. Here we go. Here she is. Here's our Nicole. Hey, mama. We was just chatting it up. We was just chatting it up without you. So no worries. You're all good.
Okay, great.
We had some great comments in the chat. So I was just kind of talking and reading them and sharing them. And yeah, so let's go on to our next question, which we kind of talked about some already anyway. But so how can sound healing help you physical and help your physical, emotional, and mental health, like in a very real, concrete way that you can? Because a lot of people are talking in the chat, like, do you think this is going to be a regular thing? Like, okay, instead of going to a medicine cabinet full of drugs, we go to a medicine cabinet full of instruments or
Mhm.
full of your meditation, your meditation stuff, or full of a playlist or just whatever, just more natural things. So I absolutely think so, but I'd like your take on that, and then for you to kind of describe how we can start making this be more of a regular thing to help us physically, to help us emotionally, to help us mentally on a day-to-day basis. That's not, too difficult for us to do.
Yes, so uh it has been known for sound healing to help us breathe deeper, lessen the tension in our
What you
body.
were going to talk about? Give us that. What is it? Because I just been hearing a lot about we are not filling our lungs up proper when we breathe. So can
Mhm.
you talk a little bit about that before you answer my other question, if you don't mind?
Yes, so when we breathe, you have to I always like to put my hand on my chest and one on my belly, right? So when you're inhaling, your stomach usually goes out, right? It will start going out. So everybody take a deep inhale. We're going to inhale for the count of four, right? So inhale for the count of four. Then we're going to hold for a count of four. And when we release, I want you to release for a count of 8. And I want you to suck your stomach, your navel into like your spine as you release. So did everybody feel that? So when you're inhaling and you're getting a full inhale, your diaphragm lowers. And that's why your belly
Mm.
goes out. So your
Okay.
diaphragm is actually going down. And as you're exhaling, it's going back up. So to help you to release that extra oxygen at the base of your lungs, you want to try to pull your belly in at the same time.
Okay, I did not know that trick. Okay.
That's why it's good to inhale. They call it box breathing. So inhale 4, hold 4, and exhale 8. And you
Okay.
can do that for like a consecutive 5 breaths. Or if you want to do it longer. And some people, I've seen people exhale for like 20, a count of
I do
20.
some long exhales.
Yeah, very long. But that's like, that goes from, I don't know if y'all ever heard of pranayama. If you never heard of like pranayama, it's something that you should look up. There's a bunch of different exercises on YouTube where they'll show you different forms of breathing. Um, there's like,
I love 4-7-8 breathing personally. I like to ground outside, take my shoes off, and just do like 4-7-8 breathing. It's relaxes me to like a very high degree when I do that, and I just feel so much more just
yeah,
connected to Earth.
you do.
Oh, thank you for that. Yeah, I didn't know about the sucking in. Like I'm gonna have to incorporate that into my breath work. It's
Yeah,
sucking
your
in
belly.
after. Okay, okay, I like that. Okay, so yeah, as you were saying about us being able to use these practices on a regular basis, yeah, please tell us some ways that we can do this without it being stressful, easy to incorporate, but we still can get these wonderful, amazing benefits.
Yeah, so like I was saying, physically, with with what sound healing does physically, it can also help better your sleep, um, because you're lowering your cortisol levels, and also when we practice a regular schedule of meditation, um, that helps us as well, being able to get our mind out of that alert state and into a more relaxed state. So whether that be theta or whether that be data, which is or delta, excuse me, when you're actually in deep sleep, Um, so I feel like meditation is a good form as well. And I always want to talk about using binaural beats. They're good. You can find many of them online. There's a plethora of sound healers that do sound sessions online that you can listen to. And I definitely feel like you can get a lot of those benefits from listening to them as well, versus coming in person. It's just in person. I feel like you just get that whole body experience.
It's
Yes.
the truth.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it's the truth in person. And okay, I have one other question. So like sometimes I feel like because I do try to meditate in the mornings, but like I said, sometimes when I go into a real stressed out state, and it seems counterintuitive to stop doing your practices, but I'll feel so stressed or so like wound up. I can't even relax enough to get in a state to meditate. Do you have any tips for that?
When you say so stressed, what are you trying to accomplish when you're going into your meditation? Are you trying to quiet your mind?
Yeah, I'm usually just trying to quiet my mind, and I'll usually have a focus, like, because I like guided meditation. So I'm usually trying to focus on either gratitude or activating my heart center, or just like very specific purposes depending on the guided meditation that I happen to be listening to that day. But I like I feel like if your mind's doing too much, I'm not really listening. It's playing, but I'm not really engaged, and I'm not really listening, and I'm not getting the benefit, you know?
Yeah, no, but you know what? I personally feel like in those times when you feel like those thoughts come, I feel like it's great to sit in that, you know, because sometimes if you just sit in that, do a couple of deep breaths, let the thoughts come because they're gonna come, but you notice that once you're letting them come, you're not fighting them anymore. You try to come back to your breathing. That's why I always feel when you're meditating and sometimes you're meditating and then your thoughts start going, you be like, oh, I left the stove on, or oh,
Right.
you got this. Your mind will do that naturally. But when it does that, you just kind of look at them like clouds. Let that thought pass on by and come back to your body. Literally come back to your breath. So because by that time, if you're thinking about the stove being on, or what you got to do, what bill you got to pay, you're not listening, you're not thinking about your breathing. So actually start going back to, okay, inhale, exhale, and that helps that thought to just go away. And I feel like you should just keep doing it, you know.
Keep okay until you
Hmm. I
feel
say don't fight. I like to not fight those times when you are, like you said, real stressed, and it's like, oh, I can't sit down. All these thoughts going. Like that's the best time to just sit there, let them come,
yeah,
and then release them at the same time.
release. Oh, thank you. That's very good advice because I can be very resistant. Like, I just stop. I just want you to stop it. Turn off. Turn off. And there is no off switch,
Oh,
unfortunately. Like, not one that you can just press like that. So that I think that's very good advice, and I'm going
that's
to
your nervous
in the
system
future.
like going crazy at that point.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So
Mhm.
okay. Well, that's awesome. So, any other tips or anything you want to share with the audience?
Um.
And y'all need to give a like and some comments, please. I know we have tons of comments. Please also give a like because she is sharing very valuable information. So let's show her love on that. Let's show her
I
love
would
on that
love
and
to. If
share.
anybody has any questions, I would love to answer some
Yeah, if
questions.
there's any questions, put them in the chat now, and I will ask her your questions. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I'll keep an eye on this chat to see if there's any questions that come through. But yeah, if there's any other gems, because you dropping gems on us, if you got some more gems, yeah, definitely share
Um,
because yeah,
I'm trying to
we need
figure out
some
what I
healing.
haven't talked about yet. So I know, um, I guess I want to, because we know that sound healing is great for everybody, right? We mostly think about adults because we have stressful lives and all of that. But I just kind of want to hone it back and say that it really needs to start with our children as well. I've noticed it's done wonders for my son. Like I have many videos on my Instagram of, he has autism, so it's really hard for him to focus, but in real time you can see the switch as soon as he focuses on the rhythm that he's creating with the drum, or just listening to me play the resonance on the sound bowl. Like it's like he comes back into his body. And with other children as well, like they need nervous system support, with all of these artificial ways that we have going throughout our house with the Wi-Fi and all these electronics, and they're glued to these electronics. To be able to give them this outlet of knowing how their body feels, giving them something to feel, because I feel like kids meditate the best because they, of course, they don't have the stress that we have.
Yeah. Well,
To
I
the
have.
extent
I'm
we
sorry. Go
have.
ahead.
Yeah, but no,
I,
I
I
just
like
wanted to
that.
put that out there. I feel like that's so important.
I think so too. I mean, it's powerful. So I do have two questions that came through. The first one is how can I use sound for my family?
Um, yes, so you to use sound for your family, I feel like getting a family session would be great. Um, you if you have certain things going on within your family, you want your sound facilitator to focus on different parts. Maybe you need more love. Maybe I need more togetherness, or just whatever. I feel like
Pinpoint
talking through
certain
those,
things. Yeah.
yeah, talking through those things with the sound facilitator beforehand helps out a lot. Um, yeah, and even if you want to do it at home without getting a sound healer, you can get your own bowl and just play it. Literally, let your kids sit them down, have them close their eyes, have them take a couple of deep breaths, and just play the bowl for them. Let them feel it.
I'm gonna step up my game for sure. I'm sold. I'm sold. So okay. So I have another question. What can you do for headaches?
Oh, headaches. There's different types of bowls that I could use for a headache. There's a crown chakra, or maybe a third eye. But if you wanted to do something for yourself for headaches, um, I would definitely say deep breathing. And I've heard that tuning forks are really good too for putting them on your temples. If we're
Yeah, I've
talking
had
about
that done to me and it was
you know, I,
amazing.
right. Yeah, like we talk about sound tuning forks. They're very inexpensive, and you can get them and just put them right on your temporal or right on your third eye.
Did it here, here, and here. Same guy.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
hooking me up. I was like, this is phenomenal.
yeah. So
Yeah.
we have tension in our body, in different places. So I feel like that could also just getting a whole sound bath session for your whole body could help headaches as well, because it could just get that tension to just move around. These sounds literally move all of the emotions around without any work on your part. All you have to do is just receive.
Receive. Yes, because I do feel like oftentimes the stress will just congregate in one area of your body. It's like,
It
oh my
does.
gosh, like why is my heart hurting? Or why is my stomach hurting? Or why is my arm hurting? But it's like
Yeah.
all that stress just decided, oh, we're gonna settle right here, right now. So
Yep.
yeah, I can see that. So it can kind of allow it to disperse more so we can release it easier. So that makes a lot of sense. And I'm going
Yeah.
to do one more question. It says, can it have the same effect just playing it in the background while doing everyday things?
Absolutely. I don't know if it would definitely help calm you for sure. But if you're wanting like a deep relaxation, I think that you need to be in a state where you can turn your brain, let your brain go into those different brainwave states, um, that are more calm. Because when you're around and alert and doing stuff, it can definitely calm you, and you can go into a theta state doing things. It's just I feel that if you want to like achieve the healing aspects of it, then you want to be as still as possible.
Okay. So you to maximize it, you really want to be still. Because I have heard of like active meditation, but
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with you. It's not the same effect. It's not
Mhm.
as intense of an effect that you get when you're moving around and thinking about all these other things and being a bit, being busy. So
But
that
it
that was
definitely helps
helpful.
you. It can
Yeah.
definitely calm you. It'll have some type of effect, but
Yeah.
just thinking about the level of that you want to receive from it.
Yeah, that makes sense because I'd
Mhm.
listen to music normally like all most days, almost all day, at least half the day. I just have different music on to just help me, be calm and stay centered and stay grounded and all those things. So it's powerful. Oh, I've loved this conversation. Um, I don't have a podcast scheduled. That's normally what I talk about here. I'm taking off the month of February from podcasts. I will be back in March with some amazing guests, but I want to catch up on a few other things until then. But I want you to tell everyone where they can find you, how they can get in contact with you, and any closing and final thoughts.
Yes, so you can find me right now. I am working on outside platform from social media, but right now I am on Instagram with my name is Goddess Empath. And if you find me there, I would love for you to DM me if you want to book a session. I am currently doing sessions at Seals Family Farm in their cabin. So it's a beautiful environment. It'll definitely be a treat. It's
Yes.
definitely a treat. So yeah, if you want to book, just let me know. Just DM me. That's the best way to contact me right now. And yeah, any closing remarks? No, I just if anything, you take anything from our talk today, just know that our nervous system is begging for us to listen to it, like in so many different aspects. And sound healing is just one form of how we can get our nervous system back into balance.
And yeah, I agree with you 1,000% on that. He'd be screaming at us because I had to get over the thing where I would be like, oh, I would get mad like if you have like a health issue or something just pops up, and I'm like, you know what? This is communication. My body's communicating with me. What I need to do is listen and not get
Yeah.
upset or be resistant. I need to listen to what
Mhm.
it's saying to me. And our nervous system does the same thing. And we need to listen to the beautiful sounds that you provide.
Yep.
And we can be getting, back on track and healing in such a beautiful and profound way. And I thank you, Goddess Nicole, for this amazing talk, amazing podcast. And I feel like way more informed right now, like way more informed. I feel ready to order my little stuff. And I also want to book a session with you. I'm going to do all the things. So thank you. Thank you so, so, so much for this. And her links are already, like if you're watching the live, if you go to the description, they're already there. So you can link right to her Instagram from there. When I post it to my website, those links will also be there. And as always, I do ask for your support. I am trying to spread the mission and information and my passion for natural law and truth and freedom and healing and all the things that are important to us creating this new paradigm. And I need your support in that. So please share, follow, like, repost. All of those things help. All of those things help because we have to do this as a collective. We have to do this together and we have to support one another in this. And again, have a wonderful night. Infinite grace, love, and gratitude. Thank you so much, Goddess Nicole. And everyone,
Thank
just
you.
have an amazing night. Thank
Everybody
you.
have a great night.
Yes. Good night, all.